We'll go down and we can define this, divide this notepad, and I can write here OSPF IPV6 Lab. Okay, so now if you see, this one remains same because just we are assigning the IP address, and here it is going to change IPv6 router. Here only change OSPF 1, and here IP OSPF 1 area 0, as we are writing IPv6 OSPF 1 area 0. I hope you remember the OSPF configuration. Same thing, only instead of IP we will write IPv6. Okay, this is the OSPF configuration. I will copy, I will paste here also. So now if you have any doubts you can ask me. See here, same thing, first we will assign the IP address. Okay, till here we will enable the IPv6 unicast routing, then we will assign the IP address. After that we will write IPv6 router OSPF 1 interface IPv6 OSPF 1 area 0 interface fast Ethernet 0/1 IPv6 OSPF 1 area 0. Whatever interface you want to enable the OSPF, you will go under that interface, you will write IPv6 OSPF 1 area 0. You will go under that interface, you will write IPv6 OSPF 1 area 0. That's all. Okay, for R2 also same thing we will do. Now let's copy paste this configuration and check, because already IP address is present here. So what I will do, I will just paste the OSPF configuration here, and RIP is also configured, so later we can remove the RIP, or we will see what we can do. Now I am putting the OSPF configuration. Before we have the RIP configuration. Okay, here we need to assign the router ID. We did not assign the router ID, so we are getting the error here. So what we need to do, we need to write router ID 1.1.1.1. Now let's see, I will paste this and we will check. Okay, I assigned the router ID, everything is good. So same thing I need to do for the R2, but router ID should be different for both the router. It should not be same ID, we should not have the same ID, we should have different router ID for R1 and R2. So now let's go to R2 and check here. I will go here. Okay, now I assign here, so we can check. Show IP root, sorry, show IPv6. We need to write v6, and here RIP is showing because if you remember AD value, RIP is having 120 AD value. Okay, and what I can do, if I want to remove, I can remove also the RIP, so we can, OSPF can come. And if OSPF is not coming, then what we can do, we can increase the AD value, we can play like that. But here just we are doing the lab, so what we can do, just remove the RIP, and you will see here OSPF is loaded here, RIP is also working here, OSPF is also working here, and here RIP AD value is 120. Now let's see, it will show the RIP, and what I can do, I can remove the RIP value. How I can remove the RIP? Like same thing, we can write no IPv6, okay, router RIP ABC we wrote, right? So I remove the RIP here. I can check now, show IPv6 root. So here if you see, OSPF is coming. If you wait for some time, OSPF will come anyhow, because here RIP AD value is 120, OSPF AD value is 110. So whoever is having the low AD value, that guy will come here. But it is taking some time, that's why I remove the RIP. But if you keep both, it will take time. After that, who is having the low AD value, that will come in the routing table. But anyhow, what I want to show you here, how to configure the OSPF. So that's why I remove the RIP. So you should know how to remove also the configuration. Same thing, I can go here and I can remove the RIP here also. Okay, first of all, let's see show IPv6 root. Here you are having the OSPF, and if you want to remove no IPv6 router RIP ABC, no IPv6 router, I forget to write the R here, that's why we get the error. So I remove the RIP configuration. Now you have only OSPF here, and if you write show IPv6 RIP show IPv6 root, you can see you are having the OSPF. So now with this one you learn how to configure the, what we can say, OSPF. This is simple only. If you see here what I done, this is the method to assign the IP address and to enable the unicast IPv6 unicast routing. Only the new thing what you learn, this one, IPv6 router OSPF1, then you need to define the router ID and go under the interface and enable the OSPF. Same thing as we do in the IPv4, we will write IPv6 OSPF1 area 0. Go under that interface where you want to enable and put this command. Go under the interface where you want to enable and put this command. That's all. Okay, I hope it is clear. So this is also easy and very simple. Now after that what we can do,